Hello, I'm Allison, editor of Poultry World, and I just wish to talk about Hugh Whittingstall's latest instalment in his chicken series. This year's programme seems totally different to last year's. He seemed to be more open to chicken producers, he seemed to interact more, and it was a different atmosphere altogether. Last year it was sort of portraying the industry as a closed shop and it had something to hide, whereas this time he seemed more prepared to listen, and he also changed his position. Last year he only envisaged free range as being the only production system that should exist in the UK, whereas he was willing to compromise this year that he was championing the Freedom Food indoor system. The industry seemed to be a lot more involved. We had Charles Bournes, the chairman of the NFU Poultry Board, who was actually featured on the programme and discussing his experience on rearing Freedom Food chickens for the first time. And also we had Robert Lanning, the Southwest broiler producer, showing Hugh around his sheds. However, I did have one concern from the programme. It just felt during the whole hour that it was one long advert for the RSPCA Freedom Food system. The one thing that wasn't really acknowledged in the programme is that there are sort of comparable systems which are run by other retailers and other poultry producers. For example, Waitrose have their own Select Farm chicken, which is produced by Moy Park. Co-op have the Elmwood, and finally Tesco themselves, which was portrayed as a villain in the programme, have developed the Willow Farm chicken with PD Hook. And here we start looking towards the future. The first thing to remember is that there is no welfare problem with actual chicken production. Producing chickens under these standards with good flock husbandry leads to no welfare problems or suffering with birds. It's down to economics. Producers are willing to produce to high welfare standards but are unable to in the economic climate. In fact, back in 2005, to try and differentiate British chicken from imports, broiler producer Nigel Joy suggested that the industry could reduce its stocking rate from 38 kilograms per square metre down to 34 kilograms per square metre, and it would only cost consumers 1p a day. But for this to work and for producers to go to high standards, it would involve an increase in prices, and consumers have got to back this.